It recorded to the cloud.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Bill.
Good morning. I'm Bill Bruzy. I'm a partner with Leach Tishman, Fiscaldo, and Lample. We're a full-service, business-oriented law firm with offices across the country and a worldwide footprint. I manage our West Coast operations. I have all of the arrows in the quiver that a business owner would want, from employment and immigration to intellectual property to international work to trademarks and copyrights and corporate and commercial transactions and sometimes litigation. I am a corporate commercial transactional attorney. That means that instead of going to a courtroom, I go to boardrooms and conference rooms. When I'm in your boardroom or conference room, I'm helping you with corporate structure, corporate strategy, and your corporate agreements, whether that is in construction, the delivery of medical devices, the importation of cosmetics or other products and goods, or the provision of your services to others. Bill Bruzy, Leach Tishman.
All right, thank you, Bill. Mark Gertz, followed by Denise Boroff, and then we'll go to.
You just did Mark. You just did Mark.
But he wasn't recording.
We didn't record him though, so we're gonna do him again.
Okay.
Okay, go for it, Mark.
You think you can handle me twice in one meeting, Eric?
That's a tall order, but let's give it a shot.
I know.
They can take me twice, Mark.
So my name is still Mark Gertz. I'm 10 years in all cities. I'm the broker and president of Reverse Your Thinking Mortgage, which covers the entire state of California. We are the trusted advisor to trusted advisors when it comes to anything pertaining to reverse mortgages and other reverse style financial products for people of all ages. If you place your phone camera in front of the QR code in my background, you can actually download our website to your phone, which is designed as a professional resource. We take a fiduciary approach to problem solving. We handle products from 150,000 to 6 million for homeowners of all ages. And the referral introductions that I'm looking for are to family law attorneys, elder law attorneys, and fiduciaries. Mark Gertz, Reverse Your Thinking Mortgage. Give us an opportunity to reverse your thinking about reverse financial products.
Thank you, Mark. Denise Boroff.
Good morning. My name is Denise Boroff with Nisi Business Solutions. I am a consultant for small to mid-sized businesses who need to obtain insurances, bonding, OSHA training, loans, and retirement strategies. I also make sure that they take advantage of the various tax incentives that many large corporations have access to by using my proprietary software. The average client can receive up to $240,000 in refunds when it comes to tax refunds. Right now, many of my restaurants, hotels, and automobile dealerships are hurting. So I'm reaching out to those industries in order to infuse funds into their accounts and into their business. I am your resource before you hire, when you hire and fire, while you're running your business, and when you retire. Denise Boroff, Nisi Business Solutions.
Great, thanks, Denise. Gino Greco, followed by Robert Davis, and then we'll go to Jason Escamilla.
Hey, I'm Gino Greco. I'm the founder of GP Grec here at Northwestern Mutual in Redwood Shores. This is the Bay Area group for Northwestern Mutual and the Silicon Valley office. My markets are primarily the Bay Area and Cal, focusing on California and the innovation centers. So when you think of me, GPG, think of Silicon Valley, Silicon Beach, and the investor market. My background is primarily in tech and VC banking, working at Sand Hill Road for both the tech banks and being a lender, as well as an advisor to founders and venture investors. I then joined a global investor syndicate based in San Francisco. So on both sides, as far as building the network for investors and their lending needs, as well as where those funds are being allocated across all industry verticals. A very exciting space, things like frontier tech, consumer tech, prop tech. Essentially, we add tech at the end of these categories to symbolize digital transformation and how these industries are being put onto software platforms to make our lives easier. The markets obviously for me are within that space, and the offerings have to do with holistic financial planning, beginning with protecting what individuals already have and worked for via insurance, one of those products being cash value life insurance, all contributions being a part of Northwestern Mutual's portfolio based in Milwaukee, the headquarters. Additionally, there is the advisory standpoint as far as wealth management goes and planning for individuals' retirement, the essentially succession of their wealth to their children, and essentially legacy planning for their futures. So Gino Greco, GP Greco and Company at Northwestern Mutual.
Thank you, Gino. Bob Davis.
Morning, everyone. This is Bob Davis with NEI Capital, a full-service commercial real estate firm headquartered in Encino with 14 offices across the LA basin. I am in the Irvine office, and I specialize in investment and owner-user sales, working with business owners, family trust, family office, private investors to buy and sell commercial properties. Bob Davis with NEI Capital. And currently 3 clients include an estate planning attorney that's selling an office investment, a insurance broker that's selling their office building, and an offshore jewelry manufacturer that has a 1031 exchange. Bob Davis, NEI Capital.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Jason Escamilla.
Hey, morning, guys. My name is Jason Escamilla. I met Craig earlier this summer, checking out property. I'm the founder and CEO of Impact Advisor, a San Francisco-based wealth management company. We do essentially tax-efficient estate planning and wealth management. A typical client for us is professionals, kind of in the ages, early 40s to mid to late 60s. We also work with people with a recent family event, whether it's inheritance or like a divorce or some such thing. And in addition, we work with business owners, 401k plans. We bring the modern 401k plan to their business. And so we also do personalized investing. We can do Vegemise.com. We can make a portfolio around your preferences. And through tax efficiency, we build it with our software from scratch to essentially to give you that tax alpha. So impactadvisor.com. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thank you, Jason. We'll move on to Rhonda Sher, followed by Jim Bennett, and then Gloria Strempel.
Good morning. I'm Rhonda Sher, your LinkedIn expert and consultant and speaker today. I help entrepreneurs and business owners present themselves on LinkedIn as the only logical choice for the product or service they offer. Clients hire me to learn how to generate an additional $10,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars every year over and above what they're already earning on LinkedIn. What sets me apart are the 27,000 connections I have, the 117 recommendations, and the clients like Scott who generated an additional 7 figures last year using my simple system. If you're not LinkedIn, you might be left out. I'm Rhonda Sher, your LinkedIn expert.
Thank you, Rhonda. Jim Bennett.
Good morning, all. It's my first visit to this group. I'm impressed already. I would like Mark just I'm going to copy all of his and use my picture and my company. Mark, tremendous, one of the best pitches I've ever heard, especially in reverse. Well done. So I do reverse mortgages. I specialize primarily in the San Francisco and the Bay Area. I'll be doing some up in Montana because I'm working remotely back and forth between here and Marin County. My forte, I believe, is a little different than most. I've always loved and specialized in meeting the client face to face. So it's not easy right now. I hate to say it, but I make friends of every client, or I try to. And if I can't make friends with them, it's their fault, not mine. Anyhow, it's one of those things where you gain trust. They believe in you. I'm a trusted advisor. I've worked with all kinds of referral partners, primarily other mortgage people that do not do reverse. So any mortgage banker or mortgage broker is a great referral for me. Financial planners, elder law attorneys, and anybody in the senior health services. Anyhow, very impressed to meet you all. Mark, really impressed with your presentation. Thanks.
Hey, Jim, I got a question for you, and this goes to all the guests. There are a bunch of first timers today. If I said to you, who are your clients? Give me 3 of your clients.
Okay, they could be, I'll give you some diverse ones. One could be a 92-year-old lady in Petaluma that needs money for her care, her house.
Okay, that doesn't count. That's not a business. Give me a profession of 3 professions.
Okay, 3 professions would be elder law attorney.
That's your
finan-
referral source. That's your referral source.
Okay, keep teaching me.
By the way, Jim, just to let you know, and for all the guests that are there, as the founder of All Cities, the slogan that I created 29 years ago is, this is the place where you learn how to network, make money, and gain new friends. And those 3 things I mentioned is actually the agenda of the meeting. And if I had somebody that wanted to do a reverse mortgage, that's nice, Jim, what you said about Mark, but I might not remember the elevator pitch. I'm just going to remember reverse mortgage. Hey, one of your clients is an actor. He happens to be 79 years old. That's okay. Another one owned a furniture manufacturing company. Those are professions that people in business would think about. And that's what would have me go to you as compared to nobody saying what the profession is. That's why I'm mentioning it to you. So give me 3 professions of the people you finance.
Well, my primary profession for those people I finance are retired. That's a primary. So primarily retired.
What that means is, if you're only thinking they retired, you didn't ask those customers what they do. Hey, you got a beautiful house here worth $3 million. How did you make your money? Oh, I owned a company, a furniture manufacturing company. You got to go to the next step to create a hook with the members in the group. That's why I'm mentioning that.
Okay.
I'm learning a lot by listening as well.
Great.
By the
That's
way,
what I wanted you to do.
I take that.
and by the way, Jim has a brilliant visual. Jim, you have to show him your reverse mortgage move because it's great for Zoom.
Okay, well, maybe Eric will remember this. I don't know if you can see, and I work in reverse with all kinds of people. I'm going backwards. I can't see it on the screen. Oh, okay.
It's best when you do it like Michael Jackson, but I think that's an effective hook, by the way. All right, let's move on here. We've got Gloria Strampel next, and then Robert Raimondo.
Good morning. So happy to be here. Lots of nice, happy faces. It's a great group. Glad to be proud of it and joining you guys this morning. What I do is I work for an awesome company by the name of Court Furniture, and I get to do a lot of really nice things for a lot of people that are very stressed out and have been tasked with being able to come up with creative ideas quickly. And so when I do connect with these folks, what I tell them is, I will be here to help you. I will be here. Let's discuss it. Let's make it work. And I will help you from the beginning to the end, and I will guide you through the entire process. And it's amazing what happens with these folks, that all of a sudden this intenseness just kind of like falls off their shoulder. And so what ends up happening is they open up and they start telling me,
what do you do?
I'm glad you said that, Steve.
Yeah, it's a wonderful
furniture.
Statement, but what do you do?
Furniture. That's me.
Okay.
And
That's
I
that old
lease
company
furniture to
rental of furniture.
Yeah,
and
furniture.
Do you lease the furniture or do you sell the furniture?
We do both. We lease furniture. We have different divisions, but I'm on the corporate side. And what I do mainly is lease furniture to small companies, mid-sized companies, and very, very large companies. So I can help just about anyone. If you want a desk, if you want a chair, if you want a suite of furniture for your organization is temporarily moving into a swing space or a temp space, or you're expanding or whatever. And the other thing that we do quite effectively is we work with furniture dealers. You're probably thinking, wow, well, that sounds like a competitor. Well, in a sense, it truly is. But what we do is when their customers purchase furniture, usually there's a gap there of about possibly 8 to 12 weeks. And so we come in and we bridge that gap and we fill in those spaces on their request. And so we build very strong relationships on all levels in that sector. But I work with all different types of companies. I work in law, I work in finance, I work in tech, I work in, you name it, anybody that's moving, shaking out there that would benefit from using court furniture, I can help them.
Do you have a staging division?
Okay, we're gonna move on here. Gloria, that was good, but we've got a timeline, so let's go ahead and keep moving on.
No, I understand. Yeah. So
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we got Robert Raimondo, followed by Bob Chesney, and then Stephen Fenster.
Morning, Robert Raimondo, RFT Partners, RFT, right the first time. That's how you need your financial records completed. We specialize in controller for hire and CFO for hire services. Also, we do back office bookkeeping and accounting for small firms. Our specialty is commercial real estate owners of developments, also e-commerce clients. Robert Raimondo, RFT Partners.
All right, thanks, Robert. All right, Robert, Bob Chesney, and then.
Good morning, I'm Bob Chesney, and what I do is I turn your best clients into a 24/7, 365 unpaid sales force. How do I do that? By interviewing them about you and then providing you with what I use as my secret weapon. I carry these clients with me whenever I go to a sales presentation, or if it's using Zoom, I send them in advance. I tell my clients, before you talk to me, meet my clients. Why do we use video instead of text? Because people scan over a review. But a video that's 2 minutes or less, that's powerful and authentic, that's what sells. I'm Bob Chesney, and as an All Cities member, you get to try me out absolutely free.
Good morning. Fenster is my name, and law is my game. I am a business and real estate lawyer with an emphasis on representing buyers and sellers of real estate, landlords and tenants in preparing leases and enforcing leases. I represent lenders and borrowers in preparing loan documents and enforcing loan documents by way of real property foreclosures. I act as a trustee. I do all the paperwork. I act as the auctioneer. I sell the property and either recover funds or turn the property back to the lender. I'm also the Chinese laundry of the legal profession. What does that mean? If you or your client has a need in those areas, I can fulfill that need. Several transactions recently involved with Mike Monteleone. We're selling 3 properties in Burbank that have some contamination, and we protected the seller from any recurrent liability in the event that some contamination may be found in the future. Also working with regard to 2 foreclosures that are pending in bankruptcy, and we're waiting for the bankruptcies either to be resolved or to get the properties out of the bankruptcy. I'm dealing with Robert, Richard Brownstein with regard to that. And with regard to the sale of the properties, I'm working with Mike Monteleone, and I want to thank them both for their services. Stephen Fenster.
Thanks, Stephen. Elizabeth Glynn, followed by Jason Gorowitz.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth, Global Business Solutions. I work with business owners of small and medium-sized manufacturers to increase business growth across global markets. I work with companies from $3 to $5 million in sales strategically to integrate exporting into their company's business planning. Companies that I've worked with include a manufacturer of performance motorcycle components, clean room products, even first aid equipment. Reasons that companies export is to increase production capacity, access new customers, and increase sales. Elizabeth Glenn, Global Business Solutions.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Jason Gorwitz.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason Gorwitz. I'm a litigation and trial attorney, and I specialize in personal injury law. My job is to protect and represent you against insurance companies or anybody else that may have caused harm to you. Generally, it's through a negligent act like a car accident or a car causing a bike accident, a pedestrian, or a slip or a trip and fall. My job is to get you through the property damage stage, to help you through the bodily injury stage, to make sure you recover any lost earnings, to get you fulfilled for any loss of earnings and emotional damages. I'm Jason Gorwitz, personal injury attorney.
All right, thanks, Jason. Dee McCurry, followed by Ed Levine and Michael Lipton.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Dee McCurry with Compass Real Estate in Burlingame. I specialize in luxury properties, and I also do multifamily properties. My clients are high net worth individuals and investors. So the property owners or homeowners, I help them maximize their sale by advising them on how to prepare their properties. I also work with developers, and I help them sometimes change some of the features or add features to maximize, again, the sale of the property for what is more desirable in a property to sell. And the investors that I work with are first-time investors. I help them strategize based on their goals. And I also work with savvy investors. The last three sectors that I'm working with right now are developers, surgeon, and real estate investor. Again, Dima Khudi with Burlingame Real Estate.
All right, thanks, Dima. Ed?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Edward Levine with Eddie Insurance. So I am no longer with USI Insurance. I'm actually in the process of launching my own insurance agency, everyone. So I am helping individuals find the proper home and auto insurance. I work with individuals at all levels that own their homes. It could be business owners, could be executives, or doctors are my very common clients. So think of me, Eddie Insurance. I am launching March 1st, guys, and I am excited to help everyone find the right homeowners and auto insurance.
Hey, congratulations, Edward. That's awesome.
Thanks.
All right, next is Michael Lipton, followed by Sahana Mark, and then Eddie McLaughlin.
Good morning, everyone. Michael Lipton with TPX Communications. We help businesses stay connected and protected. We do this through various different cloud-based and premise-based services, including hosted cloud-based voice services using WebEx. We also provide cybersecurity and protection. We protect not just the business itself, but all the individual devices that are connected to that business in order to protect one of the most valuable assets of a business, its data, and keeping it out of the hands of cyber criminals who want to ransom it or take it and give it to other people. So for all of your technology needs, to keep you connected and protected, one call does it all. It's Michael Lipton. That's Lipton like the tea. So think of tea, think of me. And let's have a cup of tea and discuss it with TPX Communications. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm working it in.
That was beautiful. And Sahana?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sahana Mark. I am an independent insurance agent. I work with a specific product that has medical living benefits. What's medical living benefits? It's an insurance product that you don't have to die to use, which you can use when you're alive, when you get sick, when you get injured. And if none of these happen, it actually works as a tax-free retirement bucket. So it's multiple benefits in one product. I actually work with professionals. My last three clients, I liked what Dima said, that gives, so I worked with a physician and an engineering couple. I worked with a teacher, And I also worked with an independent business owner who could use this product for multiple purposes. I collaborate with realtors as a referral source for their clients who are buying new homes. They can protect their homes when they get sick, which they're not thinking at that time. And estate planning, as estate planners could be a referral source. And any family members or business owners, if they want to add this to their planning bucket, I would be happy to help them. Sahana Mark, independent insurance agent.
All right. Thanks, Sahana. Okay, Eddie McLaughlin, followed by Mike Montleone, and then Tanya Nemchek.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Eddie McLaughlin. I'm the owner of Repower Orange. We do commercial and residential solar installations to help the homeowners or business owners save money on the utility bills. All of the investor-owned utilities in California are raising their rates by over 10% on the commercial and residential side right now. So it's really the perfect storm to install solar on your business or home. 3 of my clients that I'm working with right now are a trial attorney in Orange County. We did their office space there. A doctor's office software company up in Thousand Oaks. And we're excited to work on a cannabis grower and distributor down in the San Diego area. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Mike Montleone.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Montleone with Remax One, your added value real estate broker and general contractor. With the many things that could go wrong in any real estate transaction, with faulty contracts, inadequate disclosures, and of course, construction defects, I help my clients avoid these problems up front. As a certified residential and commercial specialist, I'm also a general contractor, and I act as your advisor, overseeing the entire transaction, including the inspections on the property, helping you negotiate your way to make sure that we protect your investment and you actually save money at the bottom line. My many industries include probates, estates, and trusts. I work with a lot of attorneys, CPAs, and also we do quite a few 1031 exchanges. And so let me represent you, save you money on your next real estate transaction. I'm Mike Montleone, general contractor and broker, where experience is not expensive. It's priceless. Thank you.
Transactions?
What's that?
Transactions.
Oh, the transactions. Well, I thought we were going to go over that later, but you'll be noted when I do all my representations of who we're working with today. So thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Tanya Nemchek, followed by Sumant Pendaharkar.
Good morning. My name is Tanya Nemchek, and I empower entrepreneurs and business owners to forecast their cash flow to meet their business goals. I help people in the restaurant industry, real estate projects, and anybody that's looking to forecast their 3 to 5 year plan. Don't pay high cost consulting fees. Come and learn how to be empowered and create your own goals. Tanya Nemchek with QF.
All right. Thanks, Tanya. Sumant.
Good morning, folks. I'm Sumant Pendharkar. I specialize in Medicare insurance products, Medicare Advantage plans, Medicare supplement plans, and prescription drug plans. My ideal clients are those who are 6 to 9 months away from age 65, those who are retiring and signing up for Medicare for the first time, and those who are already on it. If you think my last name is complex, try navigating Medicare. Sumant Pendharkar, nice to meet you all.
I love that line.
I like that.
That was really good.
I just made it up.
Mark Robbins, followed by Jeff Rollert, and then Lorraine Jones.
Oh, just had to unmute there. Sorry, folks. Good morning, Mark Robbins. That's who I am. I started Lending Resources Group, a commercial real estate mortgage company 3 months before the great crash of 2008. So I've been doing that now going on 13 years, licensed with what was originally the Department of Corporations, California Finance Lender Licensee, which became the Department of Business Oversight, which recently this year became the Department of protection and innovation. What I do is help find financial solutions for investors, real estate agents, developers who have clients and or they are clients themselves, financial solutions for their projects, whether it be ground up construction, a land loan that they need, a multifamily property that they're buying or selling, amongst many other types of real estate. Mark Robbins, Lending Resources Group. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Jeff Roller, and then Lorraine Jones.
Morning, all. I'm Jeff Roller at Soul the Business, a fractional R&D company for customer-starved businesses. We build clients a new virtual revenue factory. We're active in guiding manufacturing, retailing, transportation, and professional services in and around California. We use alternative data tools to grow our clients' businesses by bringing them crowds of ghost customers. These are people who desire our clients' products but don't yet know it. If you need new customers or your existing ones to be more profitable, call Jeff Roller at the Soul of the Business. You can find us at whereclientswin.com.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Lorraine Jones, then Eric Shaw.
Well, good morning, everyone. Hey, I'm Lorraine Jones, and I just want to say it's really nice to see everyone here today. I hope you and your family and everybody you love is doing well. I am a reverse loan consultant. I have been in lending for 40 years, the last 20 as a reverse loan consultant, and I represent Option Funding, a brokerage, which allows us to offer loans throughout the state of California. The FHA HECM, the workhorse loan, jumbo loans up to $6 million. They can be used either for refinancing, which is the most commonly used reason, or also purchases, because I work with realtors as well. I work strictly by referral, actually. Hey, you know what the number one worry is of most seniors? It's not their health, it's running out of money for caregiving expenses or paying an existing mortgage. Also, these loans can be used for wealth preservation. There's no reason to be drawing down on savings. Some of my clients that I've worked with over the years are in the entertainment industry, a jazz musician, a very well-known actress, teachers, realtors, and a NASA engineer who said we did not go to the moon. I am Lorraine Jones, your reverse loan consultant, assisting seniors to live life on their terms.
Thank you, Lorraine. Beautiful voice. Eric?
Okay, I'm Eric Shaw. My first company is New York Credit that I started in 1979. We run and manage credit departments for companies. That means if I'm watching your collateral, why wouldn't the lender lend against it? I'm a state court appointed receiver. Banks and lenders petition the courts to hire me to take over companies, run them, sell them, close them down, take over properties, manage them, collect rents, and sell them. But how do I do it if I'm not a property manager? As the founder of the All Cities Group, any line item on a balance sheet or profit and loss can be handled by somebody in all cities, which means we all can do anything. Some of my clients, furniture manufacturing, mail order fulfillment, and also, well, I'm losing track for this one.
Watchdog services.
Barking.
That's it. You hear that too in the background. But anyway, that's who I am. Eric Shaw, New York Credit, all cities. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Eric. And I'm Craig Stuart Adams, your host. I am a real estate broker with W Real Estate here in San Francisco. I represent residential clients. I have experience in 1031 exchanges, multi-unit and residential, and I consult with a lot of other real estate brokers. In fact, a good client for me is somebody that needs a real estate agent, not even in my area, because I have a great referral source. So if you have a need and they don't have a real estate agent, give me a call. I might be able to make a great recommendation for you. 3 businesses I'm currently touching. One is a weatherman for a local radio station. I am also working with an artificial intelligence engineer that's building cars. And I also am working with an archaeologist. So Craig Stuart Adams, W Real Estate, San Francisco. All right, I'm going to end the recording and then I'm going to make this available to everybody that's on the call. So thank you for your patience. And we'll go ahead
Hey,
and end
Jeff,
that right now.
Craig.
Yes.
Record the testimonial section. I want to give it to Bob Chesney. He can create some videos for it for the website. So
All right.
please record testimonials.
All right, then we'll just, if it's okay with you guys, I'll just go ahead and leave the recording going then, okay? So, okay, moving things along here, what we're going to do next, we have some new people on the call. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just ask you guys to tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's just keep it a few minutes and then we'll move on to what's called the needs, deals, wants, and testimonial section. And this is really important because this is where the business is happening. So for the new people that are here, this is where you'll really see where the rubber meets the road with this group. All right, so I've got, do we have any first timers here, by the way, other than I've got the people that I invited. Gino's here, Jason, and then Jim Bennett's and Gloria. This is your first time here, Gloria?
It is, but I think she just left. She just left.
She had to
Okay.
leave.
All right, and then is anyone here for the first time that are regular members? I think Bob's here the first time. Bob Chesney.
Careful.
Anyone else?
I haven't been to the San Francisco meeting before.
Okay, all right. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Gino. Gino, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Oh, by the way, this is just non-business, okay? Just whatever you're interested in, and tell us a little bit about your experience in Italy, and we'd love to hear, what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned Italy because that always gets me smiling. So I did a study abroad in Italy, having the Italian background and heritage, both, grandparents, both sides actually, mother and father were from Sicily, and they were then in San Francisco by essentially the Excelsior district, which is close to schools. So Italian women could walk their children to school because they didn't drive at the time. And so both essentially my father's side, my mother's side moved down to Redwood City first. So that's been the home base for my family for a long time. Definitely enjoy being in the Bay Area, just doing all types of family events and sporting events. A Giants fan, 49ers fan, Golden State Warriors. There's a walking trail by the university. It's called The Dish. It's by Stanford University. I do that quite often. It's just a paved walking trail, great place to take any friends or family to just have a good, hike everyone can do. It's a paved trail. I also go over down to the Alpine Road. There's a reserve called Windy Hill Open Space Preserve. Is a great hike too. Wunderlich is another great one. So enjoy all those activities really because, I just like to have people, get them talking, right? So sporting events and being able to do all that type of stuff is great. But those are the sort of the ways I enjoy spending time aside from doing Italian language, having learned that overseas. So,
all right, thanks, Gino. Next would be Jason Escamilla.
Hey guys, so let's see. I'm a Bay Area native, I guess. Grew up in the East Bay, went to Cal, and go Bears. Basically, I've been in wealth management for 25 plus years, or find different aspects of finance 25 plus years, and that does kind of overlap with my interests. Last night, have you guys heard of the Clubhouse app? It's drop-in audio. It's new. It's invite only. I have a couple invites if you send me your mobile. If you're going to be active, I literally only have 2 invites left, maybe 1, but you can drop in and do an audio call. Like Elon Musk did this a couple weeks ago. We had the Robinhood thing going on. So anyways, it's just kind of a fun new, app and I hosted my first event. It was talking about the markets, valuation, Bitcoin, and quote, they don't believe in finance was the theme, but and it was kind of trying to get like the signal and the noise. There's a lot of talk and chatter. Someone's going to be right. And we had a great discussion. So that's the kind of stuff that excites me. The markets is such a fascinating time right now, but like, as far as like social activities, I haven't had much time for that lately. But with just running the business and doing what we're doing,
Are you married? Are you married?
Single, just moved in with my girlfriend, actually. Craig's met her. So we're, living in the city. thought about leaving the city and decided to stay. And I'm telling you, man, the Renaissance is coming. It's going to reset the pricing for the young folks, and restaurants are going to be better. I can't get more excited about it. On the business side, it's funny. I think one of my biggest 401k client is a reverse mortgage company, where they got about 60, employees on a 401k plan, by the way. And where I can help you guys, if you guys have any questions about stimulus going on, like I've pretty much, I'm kind of like a CFO for my clients. I've navigated the heck out of that. People leave so much money on the table right now.
Talk personal. Talk personal. We don't want to hear business.
Oh, okay. Maybe I missed that part. I also run the finance club for the MIT, the finance track for the MIT club locally. So that's another thing that I use a lot of time with. It's social events, still kind of finance oriented. So basically, I'm a finance guy with no social life, I guess, in a nutshell.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Jim Bennett's followed by Eddie McLaughlin.
Okay, I'll have to talk about my trip to not Italy, but Ireland. And I've got 2 children here in Montana. That's why I came back to spend more time, 6 grandkids. Grew up in Montana, played some college football, and that got me into a new career. I was a teacher and then a coach. But before I was a coach in Montana, I went to Germany during the Vietnam War, and I fought the Vietnam War in Germany as a head football coach for a divisional group, football and basketball. So very much a sports fan, love the 49ers and struggle with that. And what else about Jim personal?
Well, Jim, you have a long history in the Bay Area. That's how we know each
I
other.
moved to the Bay Area in 1985 from Montana. Went to work for Century 21. For 1 full year, I was a real estate trainer, taught everything related to real estate law and appraisals and what it takes to get a license and how to sell real estate and so forth. After been in real estate in Montana for 5 years. So my real estate career started about the time God invented dirt. I started real estate in 1973, did 10 years real estate here, and been in real estate and mortgage ever since. I've done retail, investment, commercial, and again, my focus now is on reverse. Love to golf. I'm gonna get it fired up here again this spring. So that's enough about me.
All right, and thanks, Jim. And with that hat, you could be at St. Andrews. You'd fit right in.
Yeah, right. One little anecdote from I got off the plane at Dublin. I looked at a young man with an orange vest on. I said, "How do I get downtown Dublin?" He said, "Well, the best thing is catch that bus or that. Look out there for taxis." And he says, "Are you Irish?" I says, "Well, about 50%. He says, he pointed at me. He says, "You look just like me dad." Very good compliment. I belong.
Okay, Eddie.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me the first time in the San Francisco meeting. I am nearly 40 years old. I have 3 kids, as you can hear in the background. Oldest is Maeve. Can you say hi, Maeve? That's Maeve. And then Teddy, who is Edward Allowich is the 4th. I'm the 3rd, so he's carrying on that lineage. And then our youngest is Kelly, and she is 8 months old. We live in Costa Mesa, California, in Orange County. I got here in 2011. I met my wife about a year later. She's from the area. She works as a nurse down at Hogue in Newport Beach. I'm one of 5 kids. I grew up in Tucson, Arizona, which is not good for my Irish lineage as far as sun exposure is concerned. And so grew up there. Now all 5 kids are spread all throughout the country: Boston, Chicago, Bay Area, here in Arizona. And so what else do I like to do? I outside of spending a ton of time with my kids, try to go surfing every once in a while. I just got a Peloton with the pandemic, so just working out in the garage. And yeah, those are some of my likes. I played college basketball in Seattle, and then spent a number of years in New York as well before finding my way to Orange County.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'7".
Are you really?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm all legs. You see me on a Zoom call, and I'm all, I see normal height, and then I stand up and, very tall. My wife also played volleyball at Notre Dame, so our kids are all going to be very, very tall.
That's great. Wow. All
Athletic.
right.
Eddie,
Yeah.
did you know the Schulmans in Tucson?
Who is?
Stephen Liz Schulman.
No, I don't. That doesn't sound familiar.
He was like if you played an instrument in the city of Tucson, you knew him. He was like the guy to go to when you were a kid learning how to be in a band and all that
Okay.
stuff. Very close
No,
family
I'm
friends.
unfortunately not musically inclined.
All right, Bob Chesney.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm just loving All Cities Resource. I'm a native Chicagoan, but when I graduated high school, I just headed straight to Miami, Florida. I walked onto the basketball court and got myself a scholarship because of my ability to pass the ball to the immortal Rick Barry. It was the simplest thing in the world. Just pass it to Rick and chalk up an assist. My passion is Broadway musicals, but what I like are the classics, not the new stuff. I like Oklahoma, My Fair Lady, things of that nature, Les Mis. And my current, my favorite thing in the world is capturing the lives of non-celebrities. I do celebrities like crazy. It's too long of a list to name, but I like real people who've raised a good family, lived a good life, but unfortunately when they go, there's just nothing to remember them by. So I have a long relationship with Eric. 26 years ago, I think we did his first wrestling match. And while I was shooting underneath the apron of one of the wrestlers just flew right over my head, narrowly hitting the top. I went to change underwear and came back, and I'll never forget that event. So I'm glad to be here.
All right, thanks, Bob. Do we have any other first timers to this particular function, the San Francisco function? All right, well, let's move things along. This next section is the needs, deals, wants, and testimonials. And this is being recorded so Bob can have the benefit of looking over the recordings later and use that as part of our testimonial section. Eric, would you like to tell us a little bit about the importance of needs, deals, wants, and testimonials?
Sure. For the first time guests, and I saw there's 4 of them, okay? This should be the most important part for you because I want you to see if money is changing hands in all cities. This is where now you throw out on the table any specific needs or deals you might have, like I need a $3 million accounts receivable line for my furniture manufacturer. I need a forensic accountant in Montana for a deal I'm doing with the bank. Maybe somebody in the room can help me. Maybe nobody can. When you go back to your office, you go online to our website, you post it. I then broadcast it to everybody in the organization. You can get a dozen responses back in an hour. You could be a hero for your client. Testimonials. This is where you can thank people in all cities over the last 30 to 60 days. I want to thank Craig Adams for referring me that furniture manufacturer. But I don't want it to die in this room. All cities is 24/7, every day of the week, every day of the year. Go back to your office, go online, post the testimonial. The testimonial is now on the home page of our website. So you 4 guests can go to the page and look at them. They're scrolling at the bottom, but we don't let it die there. I then put that testimonial on the profile page to the person you're thanking, just like Home Advisors. Click on Craig's name. Wow, there's 9 testimonials for him. But last but not least, like I said, I don't want it to die here. I then put that testimonial into our newsletter, which goes out to 40,000 people monthly. What's the name of the newsletter? Do all cities members make money? You be the judge. You read the newsletter, you see the testimonial for Craig, you click on Craig's name, and his profile pops up. So this is nonstop all the time to keep your name in front of everybody. That's what this section is. And if you think money changed hands, multiply it by the 12 Zoom meetings a month we have, you figure out how much money is changing hands. You got it, Greg.
All right, thanks, Eric. That was great. And by the way, Jason, when you were talking earlier about the work you're doing and the stimulus, type work. You might want to use this section to just put that out to the group. Hey, I've got this opportunity, and if you have a need, let me know. All right, so who would like to go first? I think Mike, you had a testimony, and Stephen.
Yeah, a couple of them here. I consider this my real resource team. I currently listed a portfolio of industrial buildings over in Burbank, and prior to putting that on the market, I called Larry and Gary from Old Republic. That team is incredible. They are now my go-to title company for all my residential and commercial real estate. So thank you guys for providing a clean title report so we're ready to go to escrow. I did open escrow and called on Steve Fenster. He's with Schwartz and Fenster. He's a real estate attorney and a good friend as well, but also provides tremendous support for my clients, whether they're buying, selling, or investing. In this case, he provided a tremendous addendum to support the sale because we have one of the buildings is contaminated. So thanks for doing a great job, Steve. And we're in escrow and we're moving forward on that transaction. But along the way, I was referred to Eric Shaw with New York Credit. Steve mentioned to get a hold of him because we've got a tremendous amount of huge equipment in that building that we have to dispose of. So Eric was kind enough to direct me to several of his resources, either to liquidate it or remove and dispose of that equipment. So thank you, Eric, for working on that with me. And then along the way, I needed to get some tax advice. So I called Peter Stephan. He's with the Tax Resolution Institute. He's a CPA. And one of the challenges we're dealing with, an elderly couple, and we need to direct them in the proper way. I want to get them out of real estate, but they are considering a 1031 exchange. But also Peter mentioned an installment sale with a monetization loan, which he put me in contact with one of his resources. So, pardon?
My pleasure, sweetie pie.
Okay, so that's my team with All Cities Network, and thanks guys for supporting me on my transactions. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Stephen? Is Steve Fenster still in the room?
I think he had to leave. He had a meeting.
Oh, okay. Let's move on then. Sumant Pendekar, Michael Lipton is following Sumant. And if you guys want to just raise your hand, use the hand raise chat feature. I think that'll help. And then Bob, I see Bob. Okay. Sumant?
I want to thank Jason Gorowitz for reviewing my auto policy. First time I understood a little bit more about the whole policy thing, and I'm going to have a round two with him for looking at my reviewing the umbrella policy as well. I want to thank Rhonda Sher for refining my elevator pitch. First time I feel a little bit better about talking about Medicare and stuff like that. So thank you, Rhonda. And then Mike Monteleone, sorry, I butchered your name. Thanks for sending out those motivational tips and stuff. It's nice to start the day with something fun. So thank you for doing that. Thanks, folks.
Okay, Michael Lipton.
Yes, a few thank yous in absentia and one here in the room. Actually a couple here in the room. I want to thank Les Himes with Phillips and Associates Insurance for doing a full review of my family's insurance and living up to his tagline of less is more. We got a lot more insurance for less money. So he did an awesome job. We're very happy with how he took care of it and explained it. It was very detailed, very patient, and worked through it. And in conjunction with that, also Jason Gorowitz, injury attorney, Parlance. He also did a review of my auto policy, which I then went to Les and helped me make those adjustments. So I appreciate his information where that's concerned. I also want to thank Brian DeNovi with he's just gone from Northwestern Mutual to his own business, Rest Easy Financial. He's a financial planner, for allowing me to assist his other business, which is called Easy Sleep. We are in the process of a project to get them up and running on our UC Unified Communications with WebEx platform, and securing all of his computers, getting his Office 365 tuned up, just a full IT and voice reset for him. So I appreciate him trusting myself and TPX with his business. And then Rhonda, Sher, we had a really brief mini troika. We have a follow-up one coming, but in that she gave some ideas for me also around just kind of mixing up my elevator pitch with my last name. And I slipped a little bit one in there late today, but certainly working on it, and appreciate her insights and look forward to the follow-up meeting that we have coming up. So thank you to everybody. And that's it for me today.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Bob Chesney, followed by Jeff Roller.
Thank you very much. I want to talk about Rhonda Sher and the impact that she's making, not only for my business, but for many, many of the clients she serves. The beautiful thing about Rhonda, not only does she know her business, but she's not afraid to confront you and tell you what you need to hear. And a lot of us welcome feedback, but a lot of us are a little resistant. But she tells it the way it is. All of her suggestions are right on target. And Rhonda, greatly appreciative of you being in the group and for turning me on to it, because I was a part of it 26 years ago when you used to have to drive. Now you don't have to drive. Otherwise, I'd never be able to come to San Francisco and meet all of you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Bob. All right, Jeff.
All right, so many of you know I'm the moderator of the Pasadena group, and on March 1st, we've got Michael Perlmutter and Kirk Morangi doing the topic of business valuation made fun, a panel discussion. So I'm going to have both of them talking, and I'll be moderating it. Hala did a nice job at our Pasadena meeting, and so in terms of individual people, Rhonda, hat tip as always, so we'll talk about that later. She's a great resource. On speaking, I'm now running a master calendar for the moderators. I am now booked up through September for my group. If you want to speak, please reach out to the moderators. If you want to know what's open, you're welcome to call me or any moderator. They all have access to the same calendar. So let's help our friends, Michael Sher and Ed Levin, launch their businesses, and let's see you guys talk. Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks, Jeff. By the way, we have new people here, but also if you have something you'd like to present, definitely talk to the moderators and we can set that up. Okay, this is a great forum for presentations. In fact, you're going to see a great example of that shortly. All right, Sahana Marks, followed by Mark Robbins.
Good morning again. I wanted to thank Mike Montagliani. We had a good one-on-one just to get to know each other, and I love that about All Cities. Mike Montagliani works for Remax Real Estate, and also had a one-on-one with Dima Khoury of San Francisco, Compass Real Estate. One is, of course, she wanted to know what I do, and she's also looking at the product for herself. Thank you for the Dima. Chris Lake of Business Resource Group actually has helped a couple of my friends, small businesses, with R&D credit. And also Anita Rodal. I'm not sure about her company, ASBI. So she's helped a couple of my friends again with PPP loans. So she put them in the pipeline even before it opened up, and coordinated the application process. And I'm thankful for the Troika members. We had a great Troika last week, and looking forward to meeting others.
All right. Thanks, Sahana. Mark Robbins.
There's the mute button again. Okay, thank you. Well, this is great that I see a number of people that I've worked with on and off through at least the past year or so, and I want to thank them all. They're all here. So Mark Gertz, number one, really worked hard with me on a particular situation that didn't pan out for him necessarily, but every time
Say what Mark does. Say what Mark does.
Well, he is the reverse mortgage specialist. Everybody knows that. And he helps you to reverse your thinking, which is not an easy thing to do when you're thinking one way and then you have to reverse it. So Mark's a reverse specialist, but I also want to compliment Lorraine Jones. Lorraine is also a reverse market specialist, and there's a place for everybody in our field. And Lorraine was also very kind in handling a couple of situations that I brought to her, and even called me one day and said, "Hello, how you doing? What's going on?" Again, it's inspiring for me and invigorating as to what I do when I have to speak to other people and ask for help and or referrals of sort. Emma Curry is another individual I've had a relationship with here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Dima's an excellent realtor and has come to me with a number of situations that we've discussed and analyzed and strategized. So I try to help her out as well. And she's brought some situations to me where I try to help her with potential solutions. Jeff Roller, I'd like to compliment Jeff. Jeff happened to see me speak at a real estate expo known as Realty 411. I've given a couple of chats on retirement investing in real estate with non-recourse loans. And the most recent one was in January 23rd. And they told me I had about 45 minutes to speak originally. And I finished up my talk in about 35 to 40 minutes. And I thought I'd leave 5 or 10 minutes for questions and answers. And I said, "Hey, Mark, you got 20 more minutes. You gotta fill the space." So I did that with a couple of anecdotes about my business, commercial real estate investing. And then Jeff was good enough to send me an email and give me a couple of tips about how to do and what to do and in those situations. So I appreciate that with Jeff as well. So I think I've covered most everybody. Craig himself has also been one of my stalwart accommodation folks, and he's been very complimentary of me, and I appreciate that. And also kind of inspires me with what I do. And of course, Eric, who is the leader and the founder, and has also been very helpful with networking and how to do it and what to do. So I want to thank everybody that I've mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Do we have
Craig?
anyone else? Any other needs,
Yes.
steals, wants, or testimonials?
Yes, it's me, Craig.
Please go ahead, Dima.
Okay, first, I want to thank Mark Robbins. I mentioned it last time, and since you're here today, I want to thank you for always being available and for your advices and for your help. And hopefully, we'll make a deal together, a good one. And Sahana, too, thank you so much for all the details that you gave me about your product. It's great connecting with her. And I also have a need. I have a client who is looking for a triple net. It cannot be zero cash flows. So triple net anywhere in California, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dima. That was excellent. Anybody else? All right, great.
Yeah,
So-
I have one.
yeah, please.
I want to thank Carrie Jenkins. I got dogs also. I want to thank Carrie Jenkins. I referred her a deal in the furniture industry, and she's reviewing it now. It looks like she'll be doing a $2 million deal. So Carrie Jenkins is with Triumph Business Capital. I want to thank Ed Levin, who's doing his new company. He's reviewing my insurance now. And I assume, Ed, you saw all the information I got from the agency. So you have more to look at to make sure it's correct. So thank you to Ed Levin also. Okay.
Hey, Craig, can I jump in?
Yeah, please.
Awesome. I got a couple of thank yous. Jeff Rollert, Soul of the Business and Pasadena moderator. I was at his meeting the first time, my small business launch or my new launch, and Jeff reached out to me immediately, talked to me about how he wanted to do a promotion for me on LinkedIn and stuff. So I really just appreciate Jeff, you reaching out to me and supporting my new business venture. Thank you so much. Same thing with Rhonda Sher. We had a great conversation about revamping my LinkedIn. I'm looking to work with Rhonda here very shortly. I got a relaunch group. Eric Shaw, New York Credit, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to review your insurance. I also appreciate you organizing and creating all cities for the networking purposes. It's amazing. Everybody here in the group is just amazing. So new business launches, I'm nervous with it, but I appreciate the love. I feel it a lot here with the group. And so thank you so much, Shaw. Bill with Leach Chisman, thank you for helping me set up my LLC and get me going on the ground up for that. I really appreciate all your help there. And then Jesse Capstone Finance, I am working with him on his personal insurance. So thank you as well to Jesse Israel. I know he's not here today. And then I do have one need, guys. With the launch of my business, I am launching into a franchise that get all the carrier access. So I'm going to a corporate training March 1st, and they're asking us to bring 30 leads with us, homeowners insurance, that we can practice and review for clients as we learn their systems. You know, obviously I know insurance, I've been doing it for a long time, but I would love your help with finding clients that are either in California or Arizona that own their home. And if you would connect me with them so that I can pause them during my period, like I said, it's a 2-week period, starts March 1st. I would love the help, guys. Thank you so much, Craig, and I you moderating the group as well.
Thanks, Edward. We'll end it with the needs deals with Mike Monteleone, and then we'll go right into Rhonda Sher's presentation.
You know, I forgot to mention Sahana Mark, independent insurance agent. If you haven't had a chance to meet with her and discuss what she does, she's a brilliant gal and understands financing and insurance. And she has some great products for a lot of my clients as I'm putting them into properties, also a saving vehicle and maximizing their investment. So Sahana's a great one to chat with, have a troika with, and get to know her. She's great. Thank you, Sahana.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, Sahana is excellent. She's been very helpful, and I need to connect with you again, Sahana. So we'll need to make some time to talk a little more. Also, great. Gino Greco. Gino, you're awesome. Gino does, he's working with Northwestern Mutual, and they've got a number of different types of products that they're working with, and they've been very, very good for consulting as well. So lots of great products there. All right, let's move right into our speaker with Rhonda Sher. Let me just tell you real quickly a few things about Rhonda. With more than 12 years of experience, Rhonda has been helping CEOs, speakers, coaches, entrepreneurs, business owners, insurance, financial, real estate, mortgage, and sales professionals grow their visibility, credibility, and profitability on LinkedIn. Her clients generate an average of 5 to 10 appointments a week with qualified prospects and referral partners. And I can tell you that Rhonda is, you've already heard the testimonials about Rhonda. She's the real deal. The only thing better than hearing Rhonda the first time is hearing Rhonda the second time or the third time or the fourth time. She's that good. So let me introduce Rhonda Sher to you guys.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. Let's just hope that we can actually get the slides to work. Cool. Can you guys all see them?
It's looking good.
Okay. A huge thanks to my friend Jeff Rolott, who actually helped me to clean up the slides a little bit. So first I want to just share what you're going to get today. In a very short time, 10 to 12 minutes, not a whole lot, but I really want to share with you why it's important for you to make time for LinkedIn. That's what I want you to walk away with. I also want you to understand why it's so important to position yourself as the only logical choice on LinkedIn. And many of you have heard me say that people are in the LinkedIn Witness Protection Program, which means you'll never get found. So I'm going to actually show you some real examples on that. And finally, I'm going to talk about why it's so important to stay top of mind with prospects and referral partners. So I'm going to jump into it. And I just want to give you just a little bit of background about me. I've been doing this since 2009. I've consulted and advised, oh my God, thousands of individuals and companies how to monetize LinkedIn. So if you are not monetizing LinkedIn, pay attention, because I'm going to show you some ways to do it. I've written 5 books. The last one was actually an international bestseller, Convert Your Connections to Cash and Your Relationships to Revenue. And what I'm really most proud of and what I share with my clients are recommendations. Because when you have a LinkedIn recommendation, what happens is somebody can actually click over and look at that profile. So it's not like you're just saying Mary M. San Diego. And this is a snapshot of what it looks like. So if you haven't really paid attention to yours, I highly recommend that you do. So let's just give you a little bit of my backstory. I'm going to tell you in a short way, but there's a reason that I'm sharing the story. And it's how I developed this system. So yes, that is me, 1980, when I got married for the first time to my husband, Bob. And we were married for 28 years. And when we first got married, my husband said, I have only one request of you. I said, sure, what's that? He said, please don't make more money than me. Okay, no problem. And then we had 2 children. So on the left, you'll see my daughter, Vanessa. She is now 29, lives in Huntington Beach. And my daughter, Stephanie, who is 31. Well, after 28 years, as happens to most people, life fell apart. I got divorced. My mom died. My house was short sailed, cancer scare, you name it. I thought that I was literally going to be one of those supermarket greeters. And I realized, how am I going to go out and make money? What am I going to do? And I knew I had a superpower. My superpower was LinkedIn. And what I did is I went out, I got my life insurance license, I used LinkedIn, and within 6 weeks, I was making $6,000. Within a year, I was making 6 figures. And I created a system that is replicatable, duplicatable, that I'm going to share with you today. However, here's the best part of the story. I remarried my ex-husband. And actually, that was 5 years ago, February 13th. So I like to say I have a husband, a husband, didn't have to change my name, and the kids are ours. But here's the funniest part of the story. When we got married the second time, he said, I have only one request. Please make more money than me. And because of the system that I created, I was able to allow him to retire from his corporate job in November of 2020. So that's that part of the story. Now let's get to the fun part. Why is it so important to actually have an upgraded LinkedIn profile? Well, the reality is that it connects you with everybody in the business community, and I invite you all to go and Google yourself, because if you do, you will find that your LinkedIn profile will show up on the first page of Google 70 to 80% of the time, even ahead of your website. So you cannot underestimate why having an upgraded profile is more important now than ever before. So how do you position yourself as the go-to expert on LinkedIn? Well, the first thing that you want to know is you need to have a banner that tells what you do, a headline, so it's the banner, the headline, the about section, your contact information. It literally has to be set up in a way that positions you as the only logical choice for the product or service that you do. You know this guy? Look at this handsome guy. So just dissect this for a second. Look at his banner. Has his name, has his website, We Know Real Estate. And when you look underneath his name, it tells you exactly what he does and who he does it for, okay? He is positioned as the only logical choice. And look at that great headshot and that great smile. All of this is part of what you need so you show up like the superstar you are. So the second part are the keywords. If you don't have keywords in your LinkedIn profile, nobody will know what you do and nobody will be able to find you. That's part of the challenge with that. So let me just jump back for a second and talk about that for a second. So what are some of the keywords? So let's use you as an example, Craig. For you, your keywords are Marin County, real estate, helping buyers and sellers. You want to make sure that the keywords that are in your profile are the ones that people are searching for. So imagine you're searching on Google for a particular type of person. You do the same thing on LinkedIn. And you want to use those keywords over and over in your profile. It's really, really important because that's how you get found. And that is how people know exactly what it is that you do. So I don't want to underestimate that. And then the third step. And the third step is actually being active. So imagine you have this really cool profile, right? You have an amazing profile, but you don't do anything with it. It's like joining a gym and expecting that somebody is going to show up looking more firm and losing weight. So you have to be active. You need to post regularly. You need to engage with your connections, and you need to continue to grow your network. So I put this picture up as an example. So on January 1st of 2021, I thought, okay, what am I going to post? And I post probably about 5 times a week. So this is actually a little video. It's 11 seconds long of these 3 women who are taking rice and throwing it up and saying, bye-bye 2020. And this particular post, which wasn't even mine, by the way, I shared it. It was somebody else's. 765 likes, 44 comments, and over 62,000 views. Now, that by itself doesn't mean anything, but what if you could take the people that liked your post and reach out to them? So how do you do that? Well, you can look at anybody's likes on a profile and reach out to those people. And I took those likes and send messages that said, hey, Bob, thanks so much for liking my post about 2020. Hope your 2020 was great. And basically the invitation is, let's jump on a call. Let's have a virtual cup of coffee. So when you're active on LinkedIn and you stay top of mind, magic happens. You'll be able to build those 2 to 10 appointments. Here's some quick statistics. I'm not going to go through them, but what you really need to know is that 94% of B2B people are using LinkedIn to push out their social media content. 90% of the people on LinkedIn are on Facebook, and every second, 3 new people are joining LinkedIn. So if you're ignoring LinkedIn, probably your business is being ignored. So you need to know the statistics. I love being able to show the before and afters. So here's one of my clients. This is Chris. Now you would never know from looking at this picture that Chris actually owns one of the largest companies that puts misting systems into almost every NFL stadium across the country. Look at his picture. He's like stretched out. He has no banner, and his title is basically the name of his company. If you were referred to him, what would your confidence level be if that was the profile you saw? Versus, now take a look. You see that he has an MBA. Look at his keywords: misting fans, misting systems, outdoor and event cooling. And you'll also see there's a little gold button that tells you he's using the paid version of LinkedIn. The branding in his banner is very similar to the branding on his website. So how you show up makes a huge difference. I like to say it's like going to a black tie event in your running clothes. How much confidence would you have if you're not showing up as the expert you are? So it's really, really important. This is just the social proof. Nicole was one of my clients who is an event planner, and she was told about a conference that was going to generate about $30,000 for her. And they said, look, they're only going to consider 2 things: your LinkedIn profile and the way you interview. So her profile didn't reflect that she had done anything with medical device, and her website didn't. I revamped it. She actually ended up getting the $30,000 engagement. So if you have those kind of testimonials, you want to put them on your profile. It's that third-party proof. And not a bad deal for Nicole, who ended up generating $30,000 within 2 weeks of having her profile done. So how do you crack the code, excuse me, to identify yourself as the only logical choice on LinkedIn? Because it's really very simple. It really is. And I'm going to give you the steps. So number 1, you need the optimized LinkedIn profile. That's the winning strategy. What does that mean? A banner, a headshot that's professional, a keyword optimized headline, every section of your profile filled out, current recommendations, and writing that profile from the standpoint of the person that's going to be reading it, okay, and answering the objections they have within the profile. Second step into the strategy, you need to connect on a regular basis. Have those virtual meetings. Send messages to people to say, let's have a virtual cup of coffee. Endorse and recommend, and then post, like, share, and comment. If you do all of these things, what will happen is you'll end up with a calendar filled with 2 to 20 appointments a week with the ideal people that you want to talk to. And at the end of it, all you have to say is just give them some kind of an invitation. What I like to do is say, oh my gosh, I'm part of this amazing networking group called All Cities. I think you'd love it. Let me give you the link. You can check it out, see all of the recommendations of the people, and try it out for 30 days. It's incredible. I'm not selling anything. I'm giving them an opportunity to grow their business. So those virtual coffee meetings can be anything, but they absolutely will keep you top of mind, along with the endorsements and recommendations. This is just one of my clients, Scott. He's a commercial real estate broker in San Diego. He did exactly what we talked about, the posting, the endorsing, had his profile done, and he generated 29% more business last year that ended up in an additional 7 figures. And when I suggested to him that he get those recommendations, this is what he wrote for me, and I didn't even ask for it. So the social proof is really what is going to get somebody who's teetering on the edge to move over. So if you're one of those people that's spinning your wheels and you're just trying to figure out how do you use LinkedIn, here's my gift. So what I invite you all to do is text your email to me, 805-279-7295. Please put your name in there, because sometimes I'll see an email and I don't know who it is. And then I will send you a link to book complimentary 30 minutes. We can go on a Zoom and I will go over your LinkedIn profile. I'll show you privacy settings, all the different things that you can do to improve it. As Mr. Chesney said, yes, I am a little bit of a straight shooter. I'm very direct, but I'm also only going to tell you what's going to help put money in your pocket. So I'll leave you with my favorite line. If you're not LinkedIn, you might be left out. I'll stop the share and I'll open up for questions. I think I've done okay for time. You can tell me.
Oh, you did fantastic. So we do have a few minutes. And
I want you to be really respectful of the time. So
thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, it's 8:53 now. So why don't we open it up for a few minutes on Q&A? Bob, would you like to start? If you want to raise your hand, if you have a question, that'd be helpful.
I can't see the.
I do have a question for you, Rhonda, because I just have the free version of LinkedIn, but you have mentioned a couple times about getting the gold,
paid version,
paid version. Do you just recommend just using whatever they have, or do you have, like, is there a code or anything we can use to get a better deal on that?
So I strongly recommend that you get Sales Navigator. You can get 30 days free to try it. So I recommend that you do take advantage of the free 30-day trial. What I will tell you is with Sales Navigator, you get 13 more filters to be able to search your own database. Okay, because most people have never really even connected with the people they're already connected to. And secondly, it gives you the ability to reach out and save your searches. So you can do far more advanced searches. You also can see who's looked at your profile. And that's really important, because a lot of times somebody will look at your profile, but they won't connect with you, or they're already connected with you, but they don't send you a message. So I strongly recommend that you at least try out the advanced, Sales Navigator, which is $79 a month. And if you pay for it annually, it's 20% less. But that's the way that you're going to get your calendar, and it saves searches for you, which is very cool. So it will tell you when more people come in that fit the criteria of what you're looking for. Make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Other questions? For some reason, my settings are not letting me see everybody. I don't know why.
Anybody?
That's weird. Okay.
Rhonda, why don't you go into how to share? I find people don't do a particularly good job of that often.
Thanks, Jeff. So that's a really good point. So when you look in your feed on LinkedIn, one of the things that you'll see is that there are other people that have shared, their posts, and you can follow people. If you're interested, I'm happy to share a list of people to follow. Just like I showed you that particular post that got 60,000 plus views. So one of the things that you want to be able to do is when you see that post, like it. You might even want to comment on it and say, great post, really enjoyed it. And then just hit the share button. And then what happens is it ends up in your feed. So if you're not posting original content, go and post somebody else's really cool content and share it. And the other thing that you can do with that, Jeff, is tag people. So especially within All Cities, because we're a community, tag people in your post, and all you need to do that is do the little ampersand with the A, and then put that person's name, and it will show up in their feed so that they'll know that you want them to see that. So liking, sharing, and commenting is a really great strategy. Another strategy also, and this is what we should all be doing in all cities, is endorsing one another. You know, that's the skills. And when you endorse somebody, what happens is they get a notice. So Jeff, when I endorse you for one of your skills, you're going to get a notice and you're going to go, oh, let me take a look at her profile, because you're wondering, well, why did I endorse you? All of a sudden I became top of mind for you. And it literally takes half a second to endorse. So there's a lot of strategies that you can use to stay top of mind. And, you know, again, liking, sharing, commenting, the recommendations are huge. And you can also put a lot of video on your profile. That's another really cool thing to do. So when Bob Chesney starts, you know, doing that for us, you can put that right on your LinkedIn profile. Other questions?
Jim Bennett has a question.
Rhonda, can you just repeat your phone number, make sure I got it right?
805-279-7295.
Got it, got it.
All right,
Yeah,
and by the way, it's 8:58 right now. I'll leave the room open for a few minutes, but let's give Rhonda an applause. Rhonda, it's I know it's brief, but you just do such a brilliant job. You know, you deliver, you know, in
Thank
little
you.
chunks, which is great for me because, you know, I have to think about it, and later on I go, oh yeah, Rhonda said that, and so it's really helpful.
I took away a lot of things to Rhonda, so I'm going to make some changes there. I know we had a brief session, but I think we talked about other things than my LinkedIn profile, but yeah, I'll touch base with you.
Absolutely, thanks.
Great presentation.
All right, just one housekeeping point here. Now, we have a few new members that have joined us, or new guests that have joined us today, and we follow up these meetings with what we call a troika. And a troika is just small group meetings with some of our members. I will be sending out a list with everybody's emails and a troika list. So just be looking for that, and also a recording of what we've done today so that you can just review your elevator pitch. And Bob Chesney is going to be putting something together too. So thanks in advance, Bob, for your work on that. All right, well, that will officially conclude our meeting. But if you guys have questions for Rhonda, can you stick around for a few minutes?
Actually, I have a call at 9, otherwise I would.
Okay, well then I'll go ahead and end the recording portion of this right now. Thanks again, everybody, for joining.